Morning, morning, morning. Okay, lovely to see you this morning. First nice day we've had in a long time. And I was thinking about a little quote I read somewhere. I can't remember where it was, but I'll read it to you. And it really made me chuckle. And then it made me think, which is always good. So the quote was from an American psychologist. The mind is like tofu. It tastes like whatever you marinate it in. And I loved it. And I started to think about that and what we are imbibing at the moment in terms of having a quick look at what's trending on social media and what's in the press. And I had a quick look on that particular day. I read that quote, and oh my goodness. So there were articles about being burnt out at Christmas, how to deal with toxic family at Christmas, cost of living at Christmas and how much debt people are getting into. There were countless articles about flu, and we're all going to get sick, and hospitals are full of people with flu. And it was just this sort of reel of doom and gloom. And I thought, oh my goodness me, if I spent all my time imbibing this, because remember, our diet is not just what we ingest physically, it's also what we're looking at, what we're listening to, who we're spending our time with, all of that affects our energy and indeed what we're marinating our mind in. So I thought this morning we'd have a little antidote to all of that because I started to think, actually, I'm lucky enough, joking aside about, various family members, I get on with my family. I enjoy spending time with them. I actually like Christmas. I like the run up to it. I like the twinkly lights. I used to love the nativity at school. I like the baking that goes before it. So we're not all, and I certainly, maybe it says something about my sad social life. I'm not sort of socially burnt out because I don't go anywhere, basically. But I thought, let's sort of celebrate the fact that actually this time of year, albeit acknowledging that for many people it might be difficult, there are things to be enjoyed. It's not all doom and gloom. We've got a beautiful sunny day out there today. There are twinkly lights and things going on that we can all enjoy in, and without going to great expense or running up a huge amount of debt. So it's one today to bring a little bit of joy, to kind of lift our spirits and a bit of fun. So enjoy it. Enjoy it. Let's marinate our minds in something a little bit more positive than flu, sickness, bugs, and social burnout. Maybe I've got the wrong friends. Maybe I should be feeling socially burnt out. Let's come to lie down, team. I did go to a Christmas fair at the weekend and it was so hectic that I left after about half an hour. So let's come to lie down, maybe have a lovely stretch. I'm just going to stay seated for a minute because I just want to read you something else, but feel free to bring yourself down onto your mat. Give your knees a little hug or a squeeze, maybe a little rock. You want a full body stretch. Do whatever feels good, whatever makes you feel good. And then we'll settle our body into a comfortable position. Again, whatever that feels for you today, you can stretch the legs out. If your back's feeling a little tight, sometimes keeping your knees bent for a moment, taking your feet nice and wide apart, and that lovely constructive rest can help. And there's another lovely quote I quite often bring to mind. And I know that I'm prone to overthinking, I'm quite often prone to catastrophizing. So I am very aware of how my mind is working and kind of checking in with that and what messages I'm kind of sending. And there's a lovely quote that says, every cell in your body is eavesdropping on your thoughts. Every cell in your body is eavesdropping on your thoughts. So when we are indeed choosing to focus on all of that sort of negative press and doom scrolling perhaps, which sometimes we're all guilty of. We can all get caught in that. That's why the algorithms are there after all, because they get people involved. If that's all we're feeding our mind with, our body is going to absorb all of that energy. So just seeing now if you can begin to just be aware of where your mind is today without judging, without changing, without pushing it away, but just checking in with yourself emotionally. Maybe you too have been ruminating And just being aware of that sometimes allows us to make a shift, a break in that cycle, if we know that we're that kind of person prone to do it. And instead, just maybe thinking this morning, the fact that the sun is shining, there's a break from this awful gloomy weather that we've had. Maybe setting that intention, if not going for a walk, if that's not within our capabilities, but just maybe to sit by a window and appreciate the fact that it's a nicer day out there. Choosing to focus our attention on something positive for a few minutes in the day. And let's just shift the focus and just check in with ourselves physically, just noticing any issues or injuries without lingering there too long, without, again, sending all of our focus and attention on that spot. Just instead quietly acknowledging with grace, with compassion, that there might be parts of you that need a bit of TLC today. And so let's start this morning just by bringing the feet in towards you. And we'll bring the knees together, the feet together. Now, if your hips are okay and it feels all right, you can just open the knees out to side like a little reclined butterfly, sliding the heels further away from you. If that feels good, to loosen off through the hips, or dragging the heels closer up towards you for a deeper stretch. If that doesn't work for your hips, again, keep the feet on the floor, the knees bent. Walk those feet wider apart, and instead let your knees rest against each other. So choosing a position that allows you to rest there easily for a moment as you bring the arms down by the side of the body, or perhaps if you're in that reclined butterfly, fingertips gently on the thighs. As you take a breath in, let's reach the arms all the way back above the head, softening the rib cage as you stretch. And as you exhale, just float the hands all the way back down, to the floor or onto your thighs. Continuing now just to lift and lower the arms, waking up into the shoulders, maybe beginning to open up through the palms a little bit more, bringing some space. Trying not to overarch the back or flare the ribs as you bring the arms back above the head. Now, this next time, as you bring the arms back, you can stay there, just bring them straight back down, or open them out to the side and then back down towards the side of the body. So like a big snow angel, inhaling, taking the arms up, and then kind of straight back down, all those big circles out to the side. So whatever you're doing, let's do that a couple more times, seeing how that feels. Big circle, or just straight back down. One more, big reach up. And coming all the way back. Lovely. Let's bring the arms back above the head. We're going to pause. Just let the arms rest behind you now. So we'll all bring the feet and the knees together. So the feet are on the floor. Now you can always use your hands to help you if your back's feeling a little sensitive today. Otherwise, keep the arms where they are as you bring your knees up towards your chest together. And again, you can bring the hands to the knees or hands behind you as you just roll the knees round in a circle. So if we've got the arms back above the head, we're using the core, using the back a little bit more, so you decide what feels good. Rolling around on the back of the hips a few, one way, and just change direction. Roll those knees around the opposite way. Loosening off through the back body today. Lovely. And then we'll bring the hands all the way onto your right knee and just let your left foot come down to the floor. Lovely. So we've got a bent left knee. Start to roll out just the right knee. Now again, you can use your hands to steer the leg round or let go of the knee. Arms down by the side of you and maybe make that movement into the leg a little bit bigger. And deciding what feels nice as you take a few in the opposite direction, seeing how that feels this morning. Keeping it nice and controlled or a bit more freestyle. We'll bring that knee back in and up towards the chest. At this time, hold on around the back of the leg. We'll take that leg up into a little hamstring stretch. So put the leg behind your thigh there as you point and flex off your foot there. So just bring some movement into your ankle. You're drawing your navel to your spine to protect your back. And then just push the heel up and away from you. Feel that little stretch in the back of the leg. We're going to come into our little moving sequence. So reach the arms back as you take that straight leg down towards the floor. We'll take an inhale. Exhale, knee to chest. Maybe rounding up nose towards your knee. And then inhale to stretch and lengthen. And exhale to squeeze it in. You're going to do that a couple more times. So if you want to work a little harder today, you reach the arms up on either side of your shin. Curling up if that feels good, tucking your chin in. And the next time, let's stretch out the arm and the leg. Keep the head and shoulders on the floor as you bring that right knee into your chest. Straight back up to your hamstring stretch. Now, if your back's okay, let's try and straighten both legs. So slide that left leg away from you. Lovely. And flex the feet. And we're going to bend that right knee. Keep the left leg long. And bring that right leg across into a little twist. So use that left hand to bring the leg across into a little twist. And then come back through the middle and we'll switch hands and gently open that knee out to the side, almost like you're doing a little recline tree. Come back to center. Now either repeating with a bent leg or straighten the right leg and come back into your twist. So we take the leg across the body and then back up through the middle and catching the leg from underneath. Open it out to the side. Lovely. Come all the way back through center. You're going to bend that right leg, bring the foot to the floor and slide both legs out in front of you. Reach the arms back. Coming into that lovely full body stretch, just roll out your wrists, your ankles, maybe a little wiggle into your fingers, your toes. Maybe the joints are clicky and creaky this morning. I know one of my ankles is. And then just change direction. Lovely. And then again, keeping the hands back behind you, we're going to bring both knees up and in towards the chest. Again, we'll roll the knees around, keeping the arms pinned back behind the head there as you use the core to circle the knees around one way. And then just changing direction, take them around the opposite way. Lovely. And then we'll bring the hands onto that left knee and we'll bring the right foot down to the floor this time. So that right knee is bent. And we'll just circle that that left knee now. So you can use your hand like you did before, or you can roll that knee round with the arms down by the side of you, maybe making that movement a little bigger if it feels good this morning. And then we'll roll that round the opposite way if you've not done so, taking it round. Lovely. Let's bring that knee in towards the chest, straight back up into your hamstring stretch now. Pointing and flexing that left foot. See how that feels this morning. On one side might feel a bit different. Lovely. And then flexing the foot, we're going to come into our little moving sequence. So lower the leg as you reach the arms back above the head. Let's take a big breath in. Breathing out, knee to chest. Maybe picking up your head and shoulders. And again, extending as you breathe in. And giving that leg a little squeeze up and in. We'll do that twice more. So remember, if you want to work a little harder, just reach the arms up on either side of your shin. So you're working your core a little bit more to bring your head up and shoulders up. You're going to extend the arm and the leg. Pause. Keep the head and shoulders on the floor, but bring the knee back in towards the chest. And straight back up into your hamstring stretch. And again, if it feels good, we're going to slide the right leg away from you. So we've got two straight legs now. Lovely. Let's bend that left knee. Right hand on the knee. We're going to bring the leg across the body into a little twist. Lovely. Rolling onto your back. We're going to switch hands and gently pull that left knee over to the left. We're going to come back to center, either repeating it with a bent knee or we straighten the left leg. We bring it across into your twist and then back through the middle and then opening the leg out to the side. Lovely. Coming all the way back to center. Let's bend the knee, bring that knee in towards the chest and then slide the other leg up to join it. So both knees hugged in, this time hooking one ankle over the other. Hands on the knees, just gently part the knees a little way. Again, take the legs round in a circle. So ankles hooked, knees nice and wide. Yeah, hands on the knees this time as you roll round. Just take a little mental note of which way you're circling, which ankle is on top, as you're going to switch both. So other ankle and change direction. Again, little rolls around there. Lovely. And then unhooking, bringing the knees into the chest. Now you can come up and over straight to seated, or if you want a little bit more, we're going to flick the legs behind you and roll up to a little boat pose so you're balanced on your sit bones. You can tap the toes down, you can let go of the behind the legs if you want to work a little harder. Oh, I can see some feet there. Lovely. And then we'll bring the feet down to the floor. Soles of the feet together, knees wide. Now, if this doesn't work for your hips, feel free just to stretch the legs out in front of you or sit cross-legged. Otherwise, we're in that cobbler's pose. So either leg straight or with the knees apart, we're going to lift the chest and come into a little forward fold, either over your straight legs or coming over that little cobbler's pose. And if you're with me in cobbler's pose, think about lifting the back of your head up towards the ceiling. So we're lengthening out through the crown there. Lovely. We're going to come all the way back up. So again, keeping the legs as they are, either wide or in that forward in front of you. So the chest is lifted. Going to inhale and reach the right arm up. And as you exhale, just tap the floor behind you. So as we're coming into a little twist, inhaling up and exhaling back to your ankle. Other side. So we're lifting up, turning the body to the left as you tap behind, back to center. And then hand on the shin. Just one more each way. So try to keep the spine nice and upright as you find that lovely twist. Lovely. One more time, reaching up. And then all the way back. Lovely. Let's bring the feet to the floor. Bring the knees together. So we've got the knees bent in front of you. Reaching the arms up as you inhale. And as you exhale, wrapping the hands under the thighs. Give yourself a little hug. You might even be able to rest your forehead on your knees there. Lovely. We're going to raise the arms one more. Lift the chest. Inhale. Option now to straighten the legs or keep them bent as you come down into your forward fold. So you decide, either with those straight legs or keeping the knees bent, giving yourself a little hug. Ease your way there. Just decide what feels right for you today. Lovely. Let's come all the way up. We're going to come round onto all fours. You can roll over your ankles if that feels good. Coming into that nice tabletop position with your hands onto your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips there. So spreading the hands nice and wide. Let's come into our cat-cow. Let's start moving. Inhale as you lift your chest and your tailbone. And then exhale, rounding as you tuck under. Maybe closing down the eyes here, opening up through the chest, just really relishing how nice that feels on the back body. Starting to undo any morning tension if you're practicing with me in the morning. Keep pressing into your hands as you pull your chest forwards. And rounding up. Let's do that a couple more times. Knowing that you can always widen your hands if that feels more comfortable on your back. And across the chest. And then let's find that nice tabletop position. You're going to take the right arm all the way up to the side as you inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to thread the needle, feed the arm through. You're just going to do one. So reach the arm all the way back up as you inhale. And exhale, bring the hand down. We're going to swap arms. Left arm lifting, inhale. Exhale as you feed the arm through. Lovely. Inhale, reaching up. Hand coming down. We're going to switch arms. So one more each arm. Right arm first of all. And then feeding the arm through. Arm reaches up. And hand to floor. Other side. Just one more with the left. Reaching up. And feeding through. Lovely. Bringing the arm up. And coming all the way back down. So we meet on all fours. Let's tuck the toes under. Inhale as you lift your chest. And as you exhale, let's push the hips up into our first downward dog. You can stay on all fours if downward dog doesn't work for you. You just start to pedal out the feet there. Maybe a little wiggle at the hips as you just push the heels down towards the floor. Lovely. Now we're going to pick up the heels. So you can roll over your toes, back down onto hands and knees. Flatten off your feet as you inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, let's push back into child pose. And maybe you want to stay in child pose today. Or we'll keep moving. Inhale as you come onto all fours. Exhale, let's come down onto our tummies, elbows skim the body. Inhale as you pick up through the chest. Exhale, child pose. Twice more if that feels good. Rounding up like the angry cat. And then down onto your tummy. Lovely. All the way back up through cobra. And bottom to heels. Lovely. One more time if that's feeling nice this morning. Lovely. All the way up. And all the way back. We're going to meet in child pose. So stretching the arms out, drawing your hips back towards your heels. And then from there, just start to slide your hands back towards your knees. And then we'll lift on up into our standing kneeling. You can tuck the toes under behind you or keep them flat to the floor. Decide what works for you. So inhale, we're going to push the chest forwards, open the arms up nice and wide. And as you exhale, we're going to round the back. So one hand cups the other, rounding through the spine. Have a little mental note of which hand is on front because we're going to swap now. So inhale as you open the chest. Beautiful. Other hand cups in front this time, rounding the spine. This time we're going to take the arms straight back up towards the ceiling. Separate the arms so the palms are facing one another. Flatten off your feet if you had your toes tucked. And slowly, slowly bring your bottom down towards your heels. And then we'll bring the hands down to the floor. Lovely. Tucking the toes under. Inhale as you lift your chest. Exhale, downward dog. Your downward dog, walk your hands towards your feet. So we meet at the back of the mat. Let's roll up to stand slowly, slowly. Lovely. Take a big circle of the arms all the way up to the sky. And then we'll bring the hands down to the heart. So at the back of the mat, you're going to shift the weight into your left foot. And just see if you can pick up your right heel or bring that knee up towards your chest with a flex foot. And then we come all the way back down. So a little shift in balance here. We're going to switch legs, either left heel or knee coming up. And come all the way down. Lovely. This time we're going to take that right leg up. So knee to chest, pause. Now start to bring the right heel to your bottom. We're going to hinge forwards. So you can bring the hands down to the floor. And pad forwards, bringing that left knee down underneath you. So you've got your right toes up towards the ceiling. Knee is bent. That got you, didn't it? Let's take an inhale. Exhale, pulling the knee to your chest, round the back. Twice more. Inhale as you take the toes up, lift the chest. Exhale to squeeze. Lovely. Once more. Inhale up. Exhaling to round. Now take the leg back, keep the knee bent. And just roll the knee round. So just get into the hips a little bit. If that's too much, you can always just bring the foot to the floor and roll back and forth. If you're doing those little hip rolls with me, change direction. Lovely. Then that right leg, we're going to take over to the right side of your mat. So the right leg is straight, left knee is bent. You're going to walk the hands back towards you. Rising on up, sweeping the arms up. Let's take an inhale. Lovely. And as you exhale, let's bring the arms out to the side. Beautiful. So we're going to bend that right knee. Toes are pointing to the top of your mat. Right hand or forearm onto your thigh, you decide. Going to sweep the left arm to the floor, all the way round and all the way back up. Now, if your hips are okay, you can start to let them sink. If not, keep the body still and just circle the arm. So if you're sinking into the hips, doing as much or as little as feels good, as we do that one more time. This time we're going to bring the arms out and straighten that right leg, turning the toes forwards. Lovely. We're going to take an inhale. And as you exhale, come over to the right. Nice. Inhale to center. Exhale as you come over to the other side. You might slide the hands to the thigh, fingertips to the floor. You can do this from standing kneeling if you want, Hazel. Let's do that one more time. Exhale as you come over that straight leg. Lovely. Inhale to center. And then bringing the hands to the floor. Lovely. We're going to come all the way up and bring the hands all the way down in front of you. So you can either stay on all fours or keep that right leg extended a little longer as we take the right arm up as you inhale. And exhale to feed it through. So a little bit more front thread needle, twice more just on this same arm. Inhale to open up. And exhale to feed through. So if you've got that leg extended, you might be feeling a little bit more on the inner thigh. One more time, reaching up. And then feeding through. This time, let's take the arm up. Also, maybe drawing the arm back a little way. Then we'll bring the hand down and we'll all slide that right leg straight back behind you, just so you can roll over your toes. Firming up through the belly. And then we'll pick up the right leg, cross it over the left leg, push the heel away, and again, just repeat that little rock back and forth. Just feeling that difference there as you get that nice lateral stretch in the spine. Lovely. And we'll bring both knees back underneath you, tucking the toes under. Inhale as you lift your chest. Exhale, push the hips up and back into your downward dog. Pedal out through the feet, pushing one heel and then the other down towards the floor. Lovely. Then we'll rise up onto our tiptoes so you can come back down onto all fours. Flattening off your feet, inhale as you lift your chest. Exhale, bottom to heels again, option to stay there. Or again, we flow. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, coming down onto your tummy, keeping that energy moving. Inhale up through cobra. And pushing back into your child pose. So twice more, or just lingering in your child pose. Maybe hands under forehead if you need a bit of support today. All the way up. And bottom to heels. Last time we round up. And then come all the way down. Lovely. All the way up. And we're going to meet in child pose. And again, from child pose, slide the hands back towards you, coming up into your standing kneeling. I'm going to tuck my toes under, knees hip width apart there. Arms out to the side, maybe that little back bend as you open up through the heart. Exhale, round the spine. One hand cups the other. You're going to swap hands over. So inhale as you push the chest forwards, open up. Other hand in front this time. Navel to spine. I'm going to take the arms up, separate the hands. So again, we've got the palms facing each other. Flatten off your feet. Slowly, slowly, slowly bring your bottom down. And then pad yourselves back onto all fours, tucking the toes under. Inhale as you lift your chest. Exhale up into that downward dog. From your downward dog, walk your hands back towards your feet and slowly roll your way up to stand. You're going to circle the arms all the way up. And hands coming down to heart. Lovely team. So keeping the chest nice and lifted. Let's pick up the left heel or bring the knee up. Little flex of the foot. And then foot comes to floor. And then we switch sides. So if you're feeling a little wibbly wobbly in your balance, just pick up the heel. Are you ready for that little challenge? We're going to pick up the left knee. Start to bring the heel to your bottom. We hinge forwards, bringing the hands down so you can pad your way forwards, bringing the right knee down underneath you so the left toes are still up towards the sky. Into our little tiger, we take an inhale. Exhale as you round, knee to chest. And again, inhale, pull heart forwards, toes lift. Exhale to squeeze in. Do that one more time, inhaling up. And exhale to squeeze. Now again, any hip issues, leg behind you, just roll back and forth. Or keep the leg bent as you just roll around with the knee. Getting into the hip a little bit as you roll around one way. And then we'll just change direction, taking that leg round the opposite way. Lovely. Then we're going to take the left leg off to the left. Walk the hands back towards you. So we're rising on up, or you can bring both knees underneath you and just do it from standing kneeling. And then bringing the arms out to the side. We're going to bend that left knee. hand or forearm to thigh, you decide. Now again, you can just circle the arm, body stays still, or we start to let the hips sink as you circle the arm, big circles, letting the hips sink. So you take those big circles. Oh, that feels nice this morning. Nice to move. I feel like I've been stuck inside for the last 3 days. Let's bring the arms out to the side. We're going to straighten that left leg again. Lovely. We'll take an inhale. We're coming over the top, or you can keep the leg bent if you wish. Lovely. Back to center. Over to the other side. Maybe hands sliding to the thigh, or you might find the floor. One more each way. Inhale to center. Exhale as we come over the top. Lovely. Back to center. And bringing that hand down over to the right side. We're going to come up through the center. It's hard to come up, isn't it? Bring the hands down. We're going to pad forward. So just bring yourself either back onto all fours, or we're going to keep that left leg where it is, ready for our thread needle. Left arm lifting. Inhale. Exhale, left arm feeds under right arm. And again, inhale as you lift your chest. And exhale as you feed it through. Just once more. Moving that left arm, inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Let's take the arm all the way up, maybe draw it back a little way. And then we'll bring the hand down. We'll take that left leg all the way back behind you. So you've still got a straight leg. We'll just roll over the toes. Lovely. Then we'll pick up the left leg, cross it over the right. And again, just have that little rock back and forth. Beautiful. And then bringing both knees underneath you. Lovely. We're going to pick up your right toes. We're going to take the toes up towards the sky. And this time we're going to step that foot forwards, coming into a low lunge. So you've got your right foot on the floor in front of you. Lovely. Inhale as you take the arms up. And as you exhale, take a big circle of the arms. So squeeze the shoulders down the back. Twice more. Inhale as you lift up. And exhale to open. Lovely. One more time. This time we're going to bring the hands down to the floor. Now, option to either lift the back knee or keep it on the floor as we take that right arm up to the sky. Lovely. Slowly, slowly. We're going to bring the hands all the way back down. Lift the back knee and step back into your downward facing dog. Have a little pedal out there. They can always drop down onto all fours, or this time as you inhale, we're going to shift the body forwards to plank. And as you exhale, knees down, chest down. Lovely. We're going to flatten the feet, take a little cobra as you inhale. As you exhale, roll the chest back down, pushing back onto all fours. Take a moment in child pose, this time coming up onto the tips of your fingers. So your palms, your elbows are lifted. And as you inhale, we lift the chest. We just look between your hands, top of the mat. And exhale, let the chest sink. Keep pressing into your hands. Inhale as you lift up. Fingertips pressing down. Exhale as you lower. Beautiful. One more time. And lower. Lovely. Flattening the hands. We're going to come all the way back up onto all fours. You're going to bend that left knee, taking the toes up as you inhale. And as you exhale, round the back. See if you can help or step that foot forwards. So this time you've got your left foot. Yeah, give it a hand if it doesn't quite get there. Arms lift up as you inhale. And then a big circle. So again, a squeeze the shoulders down the back. Lovely. And again, rising up. Inhale. Exhale to come all the way down. Nice. One more time. This time the hands are going to find the floor. So you've got the option to keep the back knee where it is, or we lift the knee as we take the left arm up. So you're coming into a twist. You decide. Nice. We'll bring the hands down. We meet in downward dog, or we can come straight to all fours. Have a little rest. If you're with me in downward dog, you're going to roll forwards to plank as you inhale. As you exhale, come down onto your tummy. Use your knees. Feel free. You're going to find a little cobra as you inhale. And exhale, roll back down. Lovely. Back onto all fours. Bottom to heels. This time as we come into our child pose, let's walk the hands over to the right side of your mat. Shift your hips to the left. We'll stack that left hand on top of the right hand. Feeling that lovely lateral stretch all the way down the side of the body there. Take a nice deep breath into that stretch. And as you exhale, let's walk the hands over to the other side. So you maybe move your bottom to the left. Lovely. This time left hand on top of right hand. Right hand on top of left. Sorry, beg your pardon. Lovely. Take a lovely deep breath into that right side of the body. And as you exhale, come all the way back to center, back to all fours. Let's tuck the toes, lift the hips. This time from your downward dog, let's walk your feet to your hands. So we're going to come to the top of the mat. Bending over the legs, catch the elbows. Maybe have a little sway of the body from side to side there if it feels good. Lovely. Then finding your flat back, so you can bring the hands to your legs or fingertips to floor. Breath in as you pull the chest forwards. And breathing out to fold. We're going to do that twice more. So feel free to bring the hands higher up the legs if you need a little bit of support today. Down we go one more time. Inhale to lift. And exhale to release. Slowly, slowly, let's roll our way up to stand. Head comes up last. Just take a couple of little shoulder rolls when you get there. Oh, opening up through the chest. Lovely. And then bending the knees, let's circle the arms all the way out and up. Hands come together at the heart. We're going to shift the weight into your left leg. And again, pick up your right heel or the knee. And this time we're going to find a little tree pose. So opening up, lifting up nice and tall. Maybe that's enough of a challenge today. Or we can take a little circle of the arms. Breath in as you reach the arms up. And breathing out as you circle them all the way back. Hands coming to heart. Lovely. We'll point the knee forwards. Give it a little squeeze up as you inhale. And lower it a little as you exhale. Lovely. Twice more. Big squeeze up. And a little drop. One more time. Big squeeze up. And then foot coming to floor. Lovely. Give the legs a little shake. And then we'll try that on the other side. So this time it's the left heel or the left knee. Finding your tree pose. One side might feel different. Lifting up nice and tall. And again, you might feel a bit wibbly wobbly. You want to stay there. We take that big circle. Taking the arms all the way up. And then a big circle back down to your heart. Again, we're going to point that left knee forwards. A squeeze up. And a little drop. A squeeze up. And a little drop. Let's do that one more time. Squeeze up. And a little drop. Lovely. Let's bend the knees, circle the arms all the way out and up as you inhale. This time we're coming down into a forward fold as you exhale. Lovely. Lifting up halfway. This time we're going to slide or step your right leg back. Now you can bring the knee down or we're going to set up for a high lunge. So feet hip width apart. And when you're ready, we're going to rise on up, taking the arms up. Drop into the knees as you take that big circle of the arms. Twice more. Inhale to reach the arms up. And exhale to open them out. Lovely. One more time. Big circle. Bring the hands down to the floor. Now option downward dog or front leg all the way up into a three-legged dog. Lovely. Let's bring both feet down underneath you into your downward dog. You can skip these bits out or we'll roll forwards to plank as you inhale. And exhale, come down onto your tummy. Find your cobra or maybe a little upward dog, you decide. And then we'll bring ourselves back into your downward facing dog. Lovely. From your downward dog, walk your way to the top of the mat. Inhale as you lift the chest halfway. And exhale to fold. Lovely. Twice more. So remember you can slide the hands up the legs. Down we go. Lovely. One last time. Inhale to lift. And exhale to fold. We're going to rise on up as you inhale. And exhaling, hands to heart. So we're going to try that little lunge sequence on the other side. So feel free to work in a low lunge. Bend the knees, sweep the arms out and up as you inhale. We're coming straight down into your forward fold. Exhale, lovely. Lifting up halfway. This time, left leg, we're going to slide or step back. So remember, you can repeat that from a low lunge, or we're in that high lunge. Arms lift, inhale. Those 3 big circles, lovely. So you push into your feet as you rise. And then take the big circle. Really squeeze the shoulder blades together one more time. Hands finding the floor. I can find a downward dog or take that front leg up into a 3-legged dog. We're going to meet in downward dog. Remember, you can skip these bits out. Or inhale, roll forwards to plank. And as you exhale, come down onto your tummy. Lovely. Find your cobra or your upward dog. We're going to meet in downward facing dog. In your downward dog, take your little walk forwards, coming to the top of the mat. Lovely. We're going to roll our way up, reaching the arms up. And hands coming to heart. Lovely. So we're going to bring the hands to the heart, but just take them a little further away from your chest there. So you can sink back into your chair pose. Lovely. So we're going to pick up your right leg and cross it over the left. So you can tap the toes down, or maybe you try a little wrap coming into that eagle leg. So you decide. Arms open like wings. Right arm under left arm. So you can either just hold on to your shoulders, or we're going to cross at the forearms and the wrists. So you're looking straight between your forearms there. Lovely. We're going to rise on up, bringing that knee up towards your chest as you take the arms up. And then hands coming down to heart. Lovely. We're going to try that on the other side. So again, hands just a little way away from the chest. Bottom goes back. This time it's left leg over right leg. So again, you can tap the toes to the floor or try that little wrap. Open the arms up lovely and wide. Left arm under right arm. So again, maybe hands on shoulders, or again, that little double wrap, and we're gazing between the forearms. Lovely. We're going to pick up the knee as you take the arms all the way up. And then bring the hands to the heart as you bring the feet to the floor. Lovely. Let's bend the knees, sweep the arms out and up as you inhale. We're coming down into our forward fold. Lifting up halfway, you're going to slide the right leg back. Again, low or high lunge. Reaching the arms up as you inhale. We're going to take those 3 circles and build up. Exhale to circle. Arms reach up. And then a big squeeze the shoulders one more time. Beautiful. This time we're going to take the arms up and open up into our warrior 2. That's it. So you're bending that left knee. Nice. Straighten both legs. Reach the arms up as you breathe in, really tall. And then back into your warrior. That's it. Twice more. Reaching up. Breath in. And breathing out to come back down. Lovely. One more time. Going to pause in our warrior. And then from there, reach forwards as you inhale. And as you exhale, flick that left arm all the way up and back. Back to center as you breathe in. And breathing out, hand or forearm onto that front thigh. Lovely. Do that a little quicker. Inhale as you reach all the way up and back. And exhale, forearm to thigh. Lovely. This time, let's bring the arms out to the side. We're going to straighten both legs. And again, reaching forwards, we're coming into our triangles. That left hand is going to find either the thigh or the shin. Other arm reaching up, or you can wrap it behind you if it's a little bit more comfortable for your shoulder. Looking down or looking up, you decide what works best for you. Lovely. Now we're going to keep 2 straight legs as you pull yourself all the way back up and reach that left arm up and back now. So we're going to reverse our triangle. Lovely. Bend that front knee as you come back into your warrior, breathing in and breathing out. Tick-tock the hands down. A little pivot on the back foot. This time we're going to add that twist, taking the left arm up. And then bringing both hands down. Now, again, you can do a downward dog or a three-legged dog. And this time, if you're with me in a three-legged dog, maybe keep that leg lifted as you roll forwards to plank, lowering the foot down and then down onto your tummy. Find your cobra or your upward dog. We're going to meet in downward facing dog. Lovely. Now you can either walk to the top of the mat or bring your feet together. Take a little hop or a series of hops. We're going to roll our way up. Last time through on the other leg. Are you ready? Are we smiling? Have we moved our energy a little bit? So bend the knees, take the arms all the way out now. Woo! Exhale, let's come all the way down. Lovely, lifting up halfway. This time left leg, you're going to slide or step it back. So remember, if you've had enough, you can work in that low lunge. Reaching the arms up as you breathe in. And breathing out, let's open them. Yeah, let's get the juices flowing. Hey, inhale. And then exhale to open. Nice, one more time. Beautiful. Now we're going to take those arms up, ready to open up into our warrior two. So this time we've got the right knee bent. That's it. So just check that right knee isn't rolling in. It's squeezing out towards the little toe. And then we pull up as you reach the arms up, breathing in and breathing out, floating back into your warrior. Twice more. Lovely and strong in the legs. That's it. Nice. One more time. We're going to meet in our warrior. So this time as you inhale, let's reach forwards and exhale, flick that right arm all the way up and back. Nice, back to center. Hand or forearm to that front thigh as we switch the arms over. Lovely, a little faster. Inhale, reaching up and back. And exhale, coming forwards. Beautiful. Now we're going to meet in our warrior before we straighten the leg. So pulling up nice and tall, reach forwards, and then we come down. So try not to turn your chest to the floor. Keep the chest facing forwards. You can wrap that top arm behind you. You can look down if that's more comfortable on your neck as you open up into your triangle. Try not to dump all the weight into that front hand there. Lovely. You're going to keep two straight legs as you pull yourself back up and then flick that right arm up and back. So we've switched the arms. Lovely. Big bend to the knees so we can windmill the hands down. Little pivot on that back foot. Are you ready for that twist? Right arm lifts up. And then we'll bring the hand down. Now you decide either a downward dog or that three-legged dog. So again, you might keep that right leg lifted as you roll yourself forwards to plank. If you've had enough, skip these bits out. Down onto your tummy. Lovely. We're going to roll our way up into your back bend. And meet in downward facing dog. So if you're in a downward dog, you can walk to the top of the mat. Or again, we bend the knees, look forwards. Come a little hop, skip and a jump to the top. You're going to rise on up. Lovely. Hands to heart. So last little balance thing. We're going to see if we can put our tree and our eagle and our little leg squeeze together. Shall we give it a go, team? This could be fun, couldn't it? So let's bring the hands together at the heart. Lovely. Let's take those hands a little further forwards as you sink back into your chair pose. Lovely. We're going to pick up that right leg. Actually, no, sorry. Beg your pardon. We're coming into tree first. What we're doing? Hands at the heart. Oh dear, I'm getting all addled. You're going to pick up your right heel or your knee and you find your way into your tree pose. I was just thinking, how do I get from England to tree? It's because we don't. So you can stay there or we can try that little circle, taking the arms up. And then a big circle all the way back to the heart. Now from there, you're going to turn that right knee forwards and step it over the left, bending into the knee so you can tap the toes down or you can do that little wrap. Arms open out wide and then right arm underneath, either hands on shoulders or coming into that little double wrap, looking between the forearms. Lovely. You're going to circle the arms all the way up as you bring that knee up to your chest. Give it a little drop. Give it a little squeeze. A little drop. A little squeeze. And bring the foot to the floor, hands to heart. Well done, team. Woo! Give the legs a little shake. Brilliant balance. Let's try the other side. So we'll find that tree pose first of all. So maybe give that foot a helping hand. Try not to put it on the knee itself. It just imbalances you. So we're pulling up nice and tall. You might try that little last circle all the way up and all the way back to the heart. You ready? We're going to find that little eagle. Going to point the knee forwards, stepping left foot over right. So again, you might try that little wrap or tap the toes down. Arms reach out. Oh, a little wibble wobble there. Left arm under right arm. So again, hands on the shoulders or that little double wrap. Are you ready? We're going to pick up the knee, reach the arms all the way up as you give the knee a squeeze, and then a little drop, and then a little squeeze, and then bring the foot to the floor, the hands to the heart. Well done, team. Give the legs a little shake. Oh, that's woken us up, hasn't it? Bend the knees, sweep the arms out and out. Big breath in. And all the way down into your fold. Let's lift up halfway. And step back into your downward dog. Maybe this time you can widen your feet. So as you come down onto all fours, we've got wider knees. So you can make that little pillow for your bottom, bringing the heels together and coming back into your child pose. Just taking a couple of nice deep breaths there. Oh, you see, when we're moving, we haven't got time to ruminate on all the bad stuff, have we? We're just keeping all of the good stuff going. Oh, giving our minds a good marinade today in all of that good energy. Lovely. So if you want a little bit more, feel free to stay in that child pose or just pick up the right hand. So you're just coming up onto the fingertips, sorry, of that right hand. So the elbow's lifted. You're going to feed your left arm underneath. So coming into that little thread needle. Remember, if you want more, you can always walk that right hand over to the left side of your mat. So you're almost bringing it over the top of the head there. So you're opening up through the chest. If that feels good. Lovely. And then we'll switch arms. So you come up onto the tips of your fingers of that left hand and you feed the right arm through. And again, you can walk that left hand over the top of the head. So you're almost turning your chest up towards the ceiling a little bit more. Lovely. Then we'll come all the way back. Slide the hands back towards you so we can bring the knees together. Drop the bottom to one side. And let's flick the legs round in front of you. Well done, team. Let's reach the arms up as you breathe in. Coming down into a lovely forward fold as you breathe out. So again, you can always bend those knees, wrap the hands behind the thighs if that feels more comfortable. Ease your way down. Roll our way back up. So you can either come straight back down onto your backs, or if you want that little roll down, one last working of the core and the back, you bring your heels to the top of the mat, arms in front, you reach forwards, and then slowly, slowly roll your way down onto your back. That's it, vertebrae by vertebrae, and we reach the arms above the head, so we're back in that full body stretch. Ready again, just to roll out your wrists and ankles there. Give the joints one final little rotation one way, and then all the way around the opposite way. Lovely, and then from there, let's hug that right knee back in and up towards the chest. Keep the left leg out nice and long, so you give that leg a little squeeze. Wow. We'll come into one last little twist. either bringing that bent right knee across the body, or you can straighten the leg and slide that left hand down towards your ankle, your shin. You might even be able to catch your foot. Lovely. Let's bend that knee. We'll come all the way back through center. And then we'll simply switch legs. So you're going to give that left knee a nice hug. Soften into the back of the shoulders there. And then one last little twist, either with a bent leg, or you can straighten that left leg and slide the right hand a little lower down, opening up through the chest. And then bending that knee, rolling back onto your back. Bring both knees up and in towards the chest. Now you might hook the ankles, just widen the knees like we did at the beginning. One hand on each knee, have a little circle of the knees round. Or you might join me in a happy baby, holding on around the back of the legs, the calves, the thighs, or holding on to the edges of your feet. And drawing those knees down towards the armpits there. You're trying to let your lower back release into the floor, so letting the tailbone lengthen away. Lovely. And there, slowly, slowly bring those knees in towards the chest. Bring the feet down into a comfortable position for Shavasana. That might mean keeping the knees bent, the feet on the floor, maybe a little wider apart there, or sliding both legs out in front of you, whatever feels good. Taking that nice deep breath in. And as you breathe out, letting the body soften. Again, taking that moment of gratitude for all the movement the body has afforded you. Taking the time in what can be a busy month to schedule in some time for yourself, to fill your own cup, replenish your energy, so you can show that best version of yourself to your family, your friends, to those who you might be spending some time with. Beginning now just to take a moment to yourself. Before we head forwards into the rest of the week, let me just leave you this thought. Your life is what you choose to see. If you choose to take note of everything you lack, to count all the ways life has gone wrong, to focus on all the people who don't love you, your life will feel empty. But if you choose to count your blessings, to find joy in the small things, and to commit yourself to love and gratitude, your life will feel full. Your reality is a reflection of what you perceive, and your life is a manifestation of what you believe. So as you slowly now just begin to deepen and lengthen your breath. Maybe bringing a little bit of movement into your fingers, your toes, maybe opening up into that lovely full body stretch. And then we'll bring the knees up and in towards the chest. Maybe have a little rock, circle of the knees. And then rolling or turning to one side. Coming up to seated when you're ready. Ah. So as you bring the hands together at the heart, let's be mindful of the ingredients of our marinade that we choose for our mind over these coming weeks. Let's take a big circle of the arms all the way out. Oh, hands coming to heart. And thank you, team. So next week will be our last class before Christmas and probably the last class of the year. So yeah, hope to see some of you there. Oh, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Helen.
Oh, that got us moving, didn't it?